Well, folks, I don't know what in the world's going on. Y'all getting the super heavily edited version of it. Something crazy going on. Um, hey, we just got to roll with it. Oh, Anthony, hey, everybody. This is not exactly how I wanted it to go, but for whatever reason, none of my stuff is working today. So I hope y'all can hear me. Now I can hear myself. So I don't know what in the world is going on. My Stream Deck is not controlling vMix. vMix is doing whatever. Um, are y'all still having buffering issues? Please let me know. Um, Audio is low. Okay. Yeah, I was talking soft. Hold on, let me unmute y'all for a second. How is it now? Nah, it ain't even about taking the time, man. This has been interesting. Again, my apologies. I don't know what's going on with my stuff right now. Okay. I can hear me. Y'all, hey, we just got to go with it, folks. I don't know what in the world's going on, but hey, thank y'all for stopping by. Let me see. It's almost like everything on my Stream Deck is out of sync. Like I got to go back through and initiate it again for some odd reason. So I don't know, folks. We just got to go with what we got. So hey, AJ the CEO. I ain't got no graphics. I ain't got nothing else. We just going bare bone today. Man. Anyway, folks, I hope y'all are doing good. We got a lot of stuff going on. Just want to give big shout out to thanks for everybody. Like I said, I ain't got nothing to play anything, so we just going at it. So let me find. Can I talk with some people? Hold on, I need to go back into my chat so I can actually see what everybody's saying. All right. So again, thank y'all so much. Sorry for the whatever issue everybody's jumped over. Let me, if y'all don't mind, go ahead and like, subscribe, share, all this other good stuff because I'm getting ready to do a post to share with the new link to everyone. So again, thank y'all for y'all's patience. Lord. Man, we done had a couple of them. I guess it's my due time to have some technical issues because everybody has technical issues. It keeps us all honest, showing that hey, it's stuff that happens for everybody. So we posted that. I got my comments over here. Let's share this on. And I'm logged into a different account. Man, I'm just gonna have to hey, we're just going to have to go. So, Monty, what's going on? You said you're literally passing Richmond right now. Safe travels. Shane and Hannah, hello. Parker Jennings, hello. Darius, hello. Philip Paul, hello. Bruce, hello. RC, hello. Mousy, hello. Anthony, hello. Tina, hello. I don't know why I pronounced it that way. Sorry for pronouncing your name wrong. John, hello. Steve Hawkins, hello. Rodney, hello. Keith, hello. New Beginnings, hello. And Rodney Jones, Sunday School, hello. Scott, what's going on? Finger Scars, hello. Scar Nose. I like that name. What's going on? Mr. Clarence, hello. Hey, again, this is the last Q&A going into the new year. And we've had some issues. Well, not even, let me rephrase it. We've had some opportunities that have come up. So let me see if I can bring this. Yeah, I'm going to have to do everything through the ATEM so that y'all can see this. And that's not an issue. We try, fail, and adjust. We take whatever stuff we got and we adjust from there. So let me move over my graphic here. And we're going to put this on number 20. And that is number 2. So I don't know if y'all saw the graphic. I've had to move this back by a week. And I will explain that. But come on, man. Wrong graphic. That's 2. There it goes. So we're going to be doing a 24-hour against my better judgment, we're going to be doing a 24-hour Q&A live stream. So really excited about that. I'm trying to gird myself up so that we can do that. But I just noticed we're going to start at noon and go to noon to the next day. And again, we're just trying to, again, it's going to be a fundraiser. The goal is to try and raise let me not say try to raise, but to raise $5,000, which all of it is going towards 2 ministries that will be picked at random to donate a live streaming bundle to them. That is the one that I am looking at giving away for every 10,000 subscriber goal that we hit. And I'm trying to find the link here specifically so y'all can see it, because I need to update all of this stuff, because like I said, we pushed everything back by a week. So I'm gonna need to, there it is. I need to come in here and change the date of this. Yeah, but that's what we got going on. It's gonna be streamed on Facebook and especially here on YouTube. And it's gonna be on my website. That's what I should go to my website so that way we can see it. That's what we have planned. And again, just want to try and do some new stuff, folks. Going into the new year, that's the whole goal. I want to do something one up every single month, so there's something going on in the body of Christ that multiple people can get invited to and participate in. Just giving y'all some heads up on what's coming down the pipe. I am looking at organizing and getting a bunch of people together to where we're going to set a Guinness World Record for the most amount of people that read the Bible from beginning to end in one sitting, as well as the fastest time to go from beginning to end. So that's what we got going on. Links and everything are going to be listed below, but this is the fundraiser that we have. It is a link that's everywhere on the event. I've updated it here on YouTube, so you should see the new date has been pushed back by a week. Again, none of this goes to my pockets, folks. This is us contributing a PTZ camera, controller, PoE switch, ATEM, just a 1-camera PTZ streaming system so that we can help donate to other ministries. And again, as long as it's allowed, this is going to be donated to any ministry worldwide. All right. So there is no anything like that. Now, the entry to get into the donation of giving this away is the giveaway link that I have. And do I have it on here? I might not have it on here. I thought I had giveaways on my site, but I'm gonna have all the information in. Again, this whole thing threw me off, folks. My apologies. So that's what we're gonna do for on the 13th. We're gonna go for 24 hours doing a Q&A fundraiser. I am gonna be taking calls taking questions just like this on YouTube and Facebook. We're also gonna set up a dedicated telephone line, a 24-hour media ministry Q&A tech support telephone line. So I'll be able to bring in calls. I know a bunch of y'all have asked, what do I need help with? I need help for Ghost Man on second. So when I need to go to the bathroom, that's what I need somebody to do. And then I don't know, it's going to be February, but March or something like that. That's when we're going to set up the Guinness Book of World Records of reading the Bible from beginning to end. That's going to be a fundraiser as well, too. The Guinness Book of World Records right now is based off of a church in Danville, Virginia. They did it in 76 hours. So the idea is going to be we get a bunch of people across all of the time zones. And then so that way somebody's not staying up. I'm not staying up nonstop reading, but we're going to do handoff. It's just going to be a big Zoom call that people will join in when it's their time to read. They go and people join in and hand out. That's what we're going to do. At least that's what I have logistically in my mind for doing that. And we got other stuff in place that we're going to be doing as well, too. You never know. I get a ministry that I'm going to be doing an install. I might invite all of y'all there, and we're going to knock it out in one day and do a 24-hour media ministry install. So just looking at amping it up, folks. And I am stalling right now. Neftali said it is 82 degrees where they are at right now. Okay. I was getting ready to say jealous, but nah, I'm thankful for where we at. So again, sorry about how this is going on, but I'm here to answer y'all's questions, folks. Oh, also let y'all know the reason why we pushed it up a week. And this is, I'm seeing a couple of people. Y'all said it's buffering again. Let me know. Is it buffering again for y'all? Hold on, I'm unmuted. Charlie said it is 82 degrees. I don't know. I don't know, folks. I mean, please let me know if y'all are if this is still buffering. Because I do have some other contingencies. The other thing I could do is stream directly from the ATEM, which I might do if we're still having issues. Or maybe that's an old comment that I'm looking at. Nah, it says it's there. It's not buffering for me. And I normally have a window up right now looking at it. Anyway, we just got to go with what we got, folks. Okay, Norm says no, it's okay. All right, so I'm gonna take it as that. Unless I see everybody saying it's an issue, then I'm gonna keep moving forward. So next week, the reason why I pushed the 24-hour back is because next week we're gonna be in Savannah, Georgia, Tuesday and Wednesday, and then on Thursday we're gonna be in Alabama, and it is going to be. Okay, I'm looking at from about 5 minutes ago. Good now. Okay. Yeah. All right. So good. Thank y'all for letting me know. So next week we're gonna be in Savannah, Georgia, Tuesday and Wednesday, and gonna be in Alabama. I'm waiting for the confirmation of that, but I'll be in Alabama Thursday and Friday and coming back. And that is gonna be the first Tesla road trip. So we're gonna be rolling. So we should be good. That's what we got going on. We have in the works about 9 different installs. So God is good. All these folks have popped up in the last 7 days. So excited about that. And we just got a lot of stuff going on. So anyway, enough of me blabbing. Let's get to it. I can still kick off a comment on the screen, but all of the bells and whistles and stuff like that, I'm gonna have to. I was gonna do a video anyway of showing how I have vMix set up, so I guess now I literally have to do it now. So I'm here, folks. We also have some videos set up based on the last time we talked. I'm gonna break out the X32, and then I'm gonna get every possible connection available, audio interfaces and everything, and just do a sample of how you would get audio. That's a bunch of y'all have said y'all have had issues with that, how to clean up the audio. That is what we are going to be working on. So be on the lookout for that. That may be live. I'm not sure. Now, Keith was saying, let me see if I can bring this up. Keith was saying probably a Microsoft update. Honestly, let me let you know what it is. I fibbed a little bit. The power went out because I turned the power off. For the last week and a half, my car won't charge. The outlet that was added in the garage, it would just like it would the breaker wouldn't trip, it just would lose power. And so like 2 days I wasn't able to charge my car. So I ended up ordering an industrial strength, industrial rated NEMA 1450, and I rewired everything in the garage. And I ended up getting a new breaker, maybe like 30 an hour before the live stream. So I was doing all of that. And again, I know enough about electricity that I turn it off completely so that I don't do nothing silly and shock myself. So I killed all the power, and I have all my computers and network and routers and everything on battery backups. So that shouldn't have affected anything. So I don't know what's going on with that, but everything is going good so far because I'm actually charging it right now just to make sure everything is working. So like right now, see, it says it's charging. So yeah, so I have a stop charging right there and everything is fine. I was getting the overheating issues and stuff like that. So if y'all are ever looking at getting, and I'm actually getting ready to do the same thing, like where my girlfriend lives, there's no chargers anywhere over there. So she gave me permission to go ahead and add a charger there so I can charge my car when I come and visit over there. And then also I'm going to be installing a charger for my pastor. He bought an EV. So I'm going there to put a charger in his garage tomorrow. So, hey, I cut my teeth on me first. So that's what happened. But I don't know how in the world that happened. Affected everything here. So does my button work here? No, it doesn't. Ugh. I ain't even got the time for it. So let me. This is going to be interesting. I might have to do this old school and just bring up a comment and something like that. I might have to do that. So anyway, Rodney was saying he had tech issues yesterday. Hey, totally understand. Sometimes bare bones is all that's needed. Yep. How to live? Joel wants to know, and I just got to reach over and turn this off. Joel wants to know how to live stream to Instagram using OBS without any third-party software. There is no way to do that right now directly. Instagram is its own little thing, so unless you're using like a device that like simulates this, being able to use OBS, the only way that I would think about being able to do that is for some way to have OBS generate everything, send OBS out. I mean, you said without third-party software, like, Yellow Duck or something like that is the way I would do it, or send something out to a device like this, which you do all the mix and all the graphics and special stuff that you want in OBS, send it to that's what I should have did. I should have did this in OBS. I don't think I have time to flip it over. Anyway, do this in OBS and then have it out and then make it come into this or the YOLO box or something like that that has an interface that can go directly to Instagram. That's the only way. But again, that's not using third-party software. That's using third-party hardware. I don't know of a way directly to do it with OBS. So sorry about that. So I'm using my mouse here with Microsoft Garage to send my mouse and keyboard over there. So this is going to be interesting. Linda wants to know, does Facebook still have dial-in feature for members to call into the live stream? No, I think they've removed that a while ago, unfortunately. Do I have an appointment in North Carolina anytime soon? I was just there about 2 weeks ago down in Oxford. But let me know. Again, I'm setting my calendar. My calendar obviously for this year is done. I'm setting up stuff for next year. I know I have the Q&A 24-hour on the 13th. I have a conference I'm attending that next week. And I have an install back in Lynchburg, my hometown, Maryland, Georgia, Alabama, and I'm waiting on to hear back from 2 more in Maryland. That's what I have right now. And then there's another 3 here in the Richmond area. That's what I have on my calendars right now. And not to be mean, but this is just honest. None of that stuff is set in stone until money has been put down. So that's all in flux. That's what I've had promises for. I haven't heard anything different yet. So that, if you want to get on the calendar, I can't bring it up right now. So we're just going to have to do it the old fashioned way. So if you want to get on my calendar for anything like that, and I really got to fix this Vimeo stuff, not Vimeo, but vMix stuff. You want to get on my calendar, go over here to ajhomes.com, come over here to book a consultation, and then you can book something right there. And again, my calendar should be open. I need to make sure I block off the time so that, nobody can book for those certain days. Worst case scenario, you can always email Dee, or she'll respond back to you and she'll help get that stuff locked in if you want actually to be, not in a mean way, but be handheld through that stuff. So that's December. I'm sorry, I'm just updating my calendar. Yeah. So yeah, we should be good. Again, I don't have any of that time blocked off yet, except for just the 20th. And I guess I need to block off the Q&A on that day. So that's going to be all day going into tomorrow on the 14th, that is. So we'll go ahead and save that. All right. So I think I've rambled on about that one a little bit. So, Mike, you're throwing it right back at me, which I appreciate. Start with what you got right. More important to get the message out. I appreciate that. Thank y'all for holding me to be accountable. Brian was saying it's so close to New Year, people might be streaming too. Yeah, it's, man. Like, again, I'm gonna do a deep dive in a 2023 version of what I have here. But yeah, it's interesting to say the least. So I don't need this camera to be over here. Why is this? Trying to move the camera and this thing is moving slow. What in the world, folks? What is going on today? So I don't know why this one is acting up on me. Oh well. Excuse me. So LBJ Films, what's going on? And I think these are older comments. LBJ Films also wants to know, is there something we can get to send one video feed to multiple TVs? Yeah, you can use HDMI splitter. You can do a splitter over Cat6. There are multiple ways. How many TVs do you want? Now, what I've used when it's actually gone more than 8 and it starts to get more costly, that's when I use that Thor HDMI modulator. That will send everything over a coax and make it a digital channel. So then it's unlimited how many TVs you want, because it's showing up just like it's a TV, and you just get regular coax cable, just screw it into the back of the TV, have your TV search for the channel, and you'll be able to see it. That saves me a lot because you only got to do one, and all you do now is split and run coax. This is mainly good for churches that, or whatever place that already has coax throughout the wall, and you ain't have to pull nothing new. That's what I've used before at a bunch of places. Mom's video. Good morning, happy and safe New Year. Have you ever done a video on wall sound panels? Our ceilings are high and sound is all over the place. Any companies or DIY projects you can recommend? No, I have not. That is something that we're looking at doing at Signs and Wonders, because it's nothing but brick inside of the sanctuary. We're looking at that. So as of right now, no. But we're going to be working on something like that in the future. So I'm trying to catch up to what panel we're on. All right, that's 3. We're on 2. New Harvest. What kind of vibration reductions? Man, what in the world? Do you use for PTZs? I've noticed the vibration in the video when music is playing loudly. I actually am working. That's another project I forgot that I'm waiting for the payment on to do that. And Dean sent me something about that. I was gonna make like my own kind of like shock absorber for this thing, um, but he recommended something, and it all depends on if the ministry has an issue with the prettiness of this. Let me turn this down. And actually, I keep forgetting I have that super source. I can use that. So what I'm looking at is this. This is what Dean recommended to me. This is what's being used for gimbals that goes on cars. So yeah, it might look a lot. It might look unsightly in how it looks, but that is the purpose of what it's used for. It's normally meant to suppress the bouncing and the movement on a car. So again, it's not that big, but this is going to sit in between the camera mount, the PTZ mount, and the bracket that's holding it to the wall. So that is what I'm going to be using. Originally, I was going to come in here and you see all this stuff. I was going to actually screw this into the mount and have these appliance shock absorbers that are inside your dryer and washing machine. I was going to put two of them on the top and on the bottom and make a stabilizer. That's what I was going to do. But again, these are like nothing but $40 total for the part. So I'll probably still do this, but that piece right there is 90 and it already has the mounts and everything. And that's easy to try. So that's what I'm going to try first. So hopefully that helps. And of course, when I put that in place, I'm going to let y'all see and check it out. John, I am not 100% sure yet. I never asked Pastor Bell what location he was, but I'll let you know here in half a second while I pull it up. Let me see. And it is with Momentum Church, Mobile, Alabama. That's where I'll be going. So excited about that. The Pilgrim. My church has a Famaco 30X PTZ. I'm trying to understand the dip switch. Should I set it to where they say, or does it matter? Honestly, I would leave the dip switch to the one that says that the adjustment of your resolution is left to the menu. That way you don't have to keep switching the dip switch. Everything will be done through the remote and the interface on the camera. Unless you know that it's always going to be at that resolution, set the dip switch. Then I like it to be at the menu so that way it's easy and I don't have to get up in a ladder and go up there and get to it. Atlanta Deliverance says a few episodes ago, you did a brief tutorial on how to make an intro. Not in that capacity, but again, I've had a lot of people talk about that. So I will be going through, and that's going to be a series of originally I was going to do a program called the Media Ministry Mentor, and it was a 12-week guided class that I was going to be going through. It didn't really take off. So what I'm doing is I'm turning those into videos that I put here. So it's going to be a lot, but it's going to be meant to go through all the aspects of the media because that's what I'm doing at Signs and Wonders as well too. Norm, you said that there are discount codes for the new PTZ non-NDI. Yes, they were in the description, and they were first come, first serve. Those are normally given to me by the vendor. And let me see. Let me see if I can show y'all. And I really hate having to go all the way over here and do this. You get used to certain stuff and it starts to bother you. All right, so if we come over here and say like this one. So there were codes right here for these. And then other ones I normally put in the description like that. Let's see. Thank you, Brandon, for your comments. Brandon wants to know, does the charger affect your electric bill significantly? I mean, it does, but it's not as crazy as you would think. Again, I have a lot of electronics going on here, and I'm logging into my bill to show you, but I want to be careful before what I show. I might have to do something significant. Well, I'll show you this bar. And this will show you the difference. So I got the car October 28th. All right. So if I cut over here, so I got the car at the end of October, and that's what has gone up. I've gone up by 1,000 kilowatts. But again, that's charging. So again, it's not as significant as you would think from a bill standpoint. So when I look at my, and let me see if I can log into my Tesla account to see if I can show you. Because I was going to do a breakdown. I think I've told a bunch of y'all, I do have another channel called The Tesla Smile. I haven't put a single video on it yet because this takes up a whole lot more time than you would think. And me trying to balance my channel and church stuff is hard. So I just decided to slow down so that I can get this stuff done instead of trying to go all over the place. I don't know if this is going to show me. All right, I will show this as best as I possibly can. So just like your gas station stuff, these are the times when I'm charging in other areas when I'm not at home. So I'll charge up the street. And again, this is some of the areas I have to go to since there's nothing, near where my girlfriend is. So when I was celebrating the holidays with her, I would come back, charge, go back over there and stuff like that. And contrary to popular belief, the cold did not significantly affect me in any way, shape, or form. So like this, I charge, and that's $6.60, $6. I mean, this is giving me a significant charge and stuff. Like when I was in North Carolina, I sat there, and this is when I stopped and ate, and I'm coming back, and I charged enough so I didn't have to stop. These are my big trips. But again, when I had my Volkswagen, I'm going like 50, 60. So I'm still like maybe 1/5 of what I used to spend. And that normally, now that's going to a supercharger when I'm doing that. Just imagine those amounts are being added to my, actually it's lower when it comes to, let me cut back over here. It's lower when it's you charging at home. Because like here, they're charging 36 cents, 30 cents per kilowatt hour. Consider that like a gallon. Think of it that way. But at home, when I charge at home, it's 11 to 10 cents. So it's very significantly lower. So it's kind of hard. I need to do like a breakdown of that. And that was the whole point. Because I know a lot of people were saying like, what's the point, AJ? You're not saving any money. Honestly, yes, I actually am. But unless you're actually in it, it doesn't look like you really are. Did I close out? I think I closed out my chat box. So I can't see what y'all are talking. Yeah, I did. Hold on. I need to log back in so I can see where y'all left off at. Well, I left off at, excuse me. All right, there we go. Cool. Steve wants to know, has anyone tried using a rubber washer with a PTZ camera to fix the shaking? Steve, that was the first thing I was actually going to try too, because that's what I have in my bunch of things that I was going to buy to test this out. And man, you know what? I'm going to change this to the bottom. No, I'm going to use this as the top. So this should make this easier. When I'm bringing up comments, let's see. There we go. So we're going to do it this way. So like Steve, what I was going to use are these at first. these shock absorbent ones and just place it in between and see how those worked. That was my initial goal, and that's what I'm going to order and just test it out as well. Because I don't have that many issues at my church because, again, like I said, we're on brick walls. But I have one ministry where I installed it and it was fine. They had a ceiling issue. They put a brand new AC and heating unit right behind where the wall where the PTZ is. And anytime it turns on, it shakes that thing. So that's what we're going to be trying with that. All righty. Not a fan of it being right there, but it makes it easy and me having to change it. Norm, yeah, but again, I know enough. I know enough to not do nothing stupid. And again, I only do this for people that trust me. I know my girlfriend was kind of saying the same thing. Like, I was like, yeah, this is the first time I've done it. She's like, and you're doing it? I was like, no, that's why I'm doing it here first. I'm doing it here first. The thing about it is installing that thing is not hard. It's just knowing enough about what to do and not to do. So again, I'm comfortable enough that I know I can kill the power. And then I know that I know what not to touch and all this other stuff. So like when I did the new wiring, first off, I turned the breaker. The breaker is separate. It's in my hand. And the wires from the breaker are going to the outlet. There's nothing that's giving it power. So I can touch any of that stuff. But again, when it comes to that, I'm that one where I will kill the power to the entire house so that I stay away. So that's the reason why I haven't did anything at her house, because she works from home. So I can't kill the power to the house because then everybody's going to be like, what in the world? Bruce, yep, I will. It's actually two of them right here. Actually, excuse me, one of them right here. And I guess my stuff is not plugged into that. I have one that's mainly for my rack, for all my storage and stuff like that. But that one was working because the internet was still on when everything was shut off. Rhonda, full digital notice question. What iPad app to use to adjust the individual instrument stream mix? Are you on the X32? If you are, and mine is upstairs, so I don't know if I can pull it right now. It's normally X32 Edit or X30Q32. I'm gonna have to go upstairs and get my iPad to let you know. Actually, let me do that real quick. Hold on. I forgot to have my drink too. So let's see. What app is it? If it's the X32, I use X32 Mix. That's the one that I use. So that's the one I use, X32 Mix. Michael, and see, I don't like this because now I can't see this. All right. Have a small church hall. Keep hearing about the X32 on here. So found a X12, X16, X18 when YouTube searching. Also ran into Soundcraft UI 16. We only use main mic and lapel and iPad for the music. I wouldn't say go that route then. Again, I like the stuff mainly because all the churches I've been around, that's what they use. So I had to get comfortable with that. So I only recommend stuff that I use. I've messed with a Soundcraft enough to get stuff working, but the details of that specific board, I'm not familiar with. Also, I couldn't buy one of those because I didn't have the space in an apartment for that. That's the reason. That's the only reason why I got a rack mounted X32, because it could fit in my stuff. When it comes to your stuff in any equipment, just like with anything I recommend, the reason why I recommend the ATEM Mini Extreme is even if you only have one camera or in the bundles, why am I giving an ATEM Mini Extreme? Even if it's only included one camera, because first off, it sets you up for the future. It gives you a bunch of features, multi-view and a secondary output so that you can connect it to everything. I like whatever equipment that I got. It has some length to using it. It's not one of those one-offs that you get rid of. So I say all that to say, depending on whatever mixer you got, if you're never in the foreseeable future looking at doing any more mics than that, you can go with like a small mixer that just has like a Behringer or a Xenix or whatever type of board, a small Mackie, a small Yamaha that just has like 8 channels, and you're good. But again, for me, I like something that's gonna let me grow over time. Then also like the XR Air ones, XR 16s and stuff like that from Behringer. If you want something that you can control with an iPad, kind of like what I just showed, those are good ones as well. Again, I like to assess what are your current needs and what are your foreseeable needs that you want. And then me as a consultant, I come in and try and lay the groundwork for stuff that you might not even be thinking about at all down the road. So that would be my suggestion before you even look at any of those. Let's see. Okay, you said you're in Clayton, North Carolina. Yeah, just hit me up on there, and then we'll see what we can do. Brandon, love your comment, man. I just saw it. Island Tech Solutions. What are good wall mount cameras under 1,000? There's a bunch. I mean, A Video One, AV Cans, SMT AV, Famaco, Persil. I mean, there's a bunch. I mean, you have a ton of them that are under 1,000. The main thing now is just going to be like what color you want it in, what optical zoom you want. Most of those are 20x. You can still get a 30x under that, under $1,000. And then what type of controller? That's about it. Glenn, this is my first time on your live chat. It's great. Bare bones looks great to me. Can you comment on use of iPhones as a camera into a Mac with OBS and stream video out of the Mac through a Boxcast encoder? All right, so I do have my Mac, which is off. I guess I should turn it on. There it goes. I had the cables are loose. But you want to use OBS. All right, let's go backwards. If you're going to use Boxcast as your encoder, my question would be why? But that's just from my knowledge. I want to know why you would do that. But if you wanted to do that, what you would do, how I would do that is I would have some type of secondary out that's coming from the Mac. OBS would be a full screen projection. So whatever is on OBS would go out on that HDMI out, which is going into the Boxcast encoder, and that's what does everything. Now, using your iPhone, we've done a couple of videos on that. You can get the iPhone OBS camera, and it will let you use your phone over a cable, or you can do the NDI app over that runs on your iPhone and connect it to OBS, and then that's how I would do that. And now I realize I don't have my Mac hook up to a monitor. Or do I? Hold on. I need to switch over to this camera. And so let's see if we can get this over here. All right, so that's the Mac. And where's my other cable? Oh, I'm using it. So y'all wouldn't be able to see it anyway. All that for nothing. Well, we'll get over into that. So, yeah, sorry for my mess. I got a lot of stuff going on. Brandon, man, you have committed a cardinal sin, man. We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about CSAA ministry. Nah. What again? I'm only gonna do this once. What does CSAA stand for? Crawl Space and Attic. That is Crawl Space and Attic Ministry. That's what that stands for. Let me see. Who did I miss? Oh, I missed the other one from Michael. So can the units I stated have files of each speaker saved to set up mic? We have trouble getting people to run PA, so thought this would help for deaf ears. Yeah, you can, like, if you use any of those digital boards actually have those settings to where you can have a profile for a different person to know, like, oh, this person is this. Let me call that person up. Yeah, most digital boards would do that. So if you really wanted to do that, you could go with an X32 Compact, which will give you 16 channels and have places to grow in the future, and it would give you all that functionality. Or if you want to save a little bit more, maybe another $200, you could go with the rack mount like I have. I have those same features, but you would have to control everything through an iPad or an app to do it. Either one would work. Philip Paul. Hey, AJ, would like to know more about companion software. How is the programming? Is it compatible with Touch Portal software? I will relegate that over to our resident guru in that, Mike from Canada. He's messed around with that way more than I have. Now I'm super thirsty. Covenant Healing. Good morning, all. How do you stream a video with the ATEM Mini Pro? Can you use Elgato Stream Deck with ATEM? Does using OBS with ATEM defeat the purpose of? No, I mean there's a couple. You gave me a loaded question. So how do you stream a video? Now, are you talking about like playing video into the ATEM? It would just be just like a camera. You can't copy a video file onto the ATEM Mini. They don't play like that. I mean, you can hook up a computer that plays a video or anything like that. I mean, could you hook up a DVD, a Roku, and a Blu-ray player or something like that? You could, but then you got to make sure you disable and turn off the encryption on the HDMI and all that other fun stuff. Honestly, the easiest thing, just hook your computer up to it and play the video through the computer. And then just project that full screen through the ATEM. That's the easiest way to play video. Second, can you use the Elgato Stream Deck with the ATEM? Yes, but just like the previous question, you can't do it directly. You would need to use something like the companion app. The companion app takes over the Stream Deck, and it talks directly to the API, the application program interface, or the SDK, excuse me, software development kit that talks directly to the ATEM. You would need something in place like that. The Stream Deck natively does not work directly with the ATEM. Does using OBS with the ATEM defeat the purpose of the ATEM? No, because it's like what I'm using right now. I use this with vMix or OBS, whichever one, and I use it because it gives me extra features that natively are not built into the ATEM. New Beginnings wants to know, is there a tutorial on using Yellow Duck through OBS for Instagram? I've had no success today. Yes, I had one about that, using that. So let me see. Let's see if we can find it. Yep, it is right there. So this video right there, how to live stream your services to Instagram with OBS. And that is when I was using Yellow Duck. So I will put that live streaming with OBS. I put that there in the chat. So hopefully that would help you. Next question. I'm seeing y'all telling everybody. See, that's what makes it the inside joke. If I ever walked anywhere and I saw somebody with that CSAA ministry, and I'm just like, LBJ Films. I may have to send you a message on that so we have everything we need before you get here. And LBJ Films is the ministry Momentum down there in Mobile, Alabama. Sure thing. Darius. AJ is coming to my town. Got to meet up with you. Sure thing. And see, I got to be careful about it, but I do want to. That's why I'm started to post more when I do. Where in the world is AJ? Where in the world is AJ the CEO now? And I don't know if y'all know where that's from. I'm gonna do a song real quick to mark some people's ages. Yeah, but I don't know. If y'all don't know what that is, then maybe I must just be old. Well, I'll give you the whole intro instead of trying to make you guess. It's like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? That's where that came from. That used to be my show. Getting out of school, go and watch that. Or Rockefeller, whatever they're called. The Pilgrim. Thank you. Also on OBS, sometimes I will be getting a cracking noise on the audio. Would you know what that is and how to eliminate it? The audio goes from my mixer straight to the 3.5. I would say check the terminations on the 3.5 if you're hearing that cracking sound. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a deep dive on the audio stuff. That's the thing that's been a bane. And again, I still recommend these hum eliminators. Sometimes that helps. Again, I don't know exactly what that would be that's causing that. New beginnings. We are in a small space, but struggle with lighting. Would you recommend lights on a rack hanging from the ceiling or some other form of lights? Lights on stands keep up too much space. I'm actually looking at doing that at Kent Baptist Church in Landover, Maryland. They actually have a frame lights are gonna be hung from that. It all depends. If you're on a small space, have you ever thought about maybe doing them wall mounted? That's an option as well too. Again, a lot of this lighting stuff I'm gonna be revisiting in at Signs and Wonders because we need to do something like that as well too. Especially at night services, it is very hard to see and people look extra dark in there when they're on the pulpit, contrast against the digital wall. Because your cameras are looking for the brightest thing, and normally that's there. Kika Divine. This is kind of open-ended question. Need some directions on this. How do I create content for Anglican Church? Honestly, be the content, and then just put a camera up. Again, first off, when you're making any type of content, this is for any ministry in general, and this is probably going to be my next video when it's talking about the media ministry going into 2023. Putting stuff on Facebook and YouTube, that was a good start. Now we need to have a focus on the direction. Again, when y'all come to my channel, what is it about? Yeah, I might talk about other stuff, but everything that I do is about media ministry. There is no confusion when you come to my page. So, and I might as well jump into it now. What do I expect when I come to your ministry's page? Now, listen to me clearly. I know you're going to say, oh, you're going to hear the message and the word of God. That's great. Now, my question is to you, what makes you any different from anybody else? How would I come to your stuff over anybody else's? That's the question y'all need to ask yourselves. It's not enough to now, let me put it this way. If you just want to do the bare minimums, that's fine. If you want to have an impact and reach people beyond the lazy people who are not coming into the church members who are just staying at home, if you really want to go to the highways and hedges and share the message, you need to be able to reach people where they're at. That's what Jesus did. Meaning that, hey, it's not, hey, this is what we're doing, conform to how we do stuff. No, you need to reach them. So if they're into pop culture, there's nothing in the Bible that says that you can't relate to people through pop culture. There is nothing that says that your content cannot be entertaining from a Christian standpoint. So again, my question is, I'm not going to give you any direction. My question is, y'all need to find direction for what your channel is. Because if you just want to put up content of a church service, that's fine. But again, my question is, why would I want to watch just your church service when there's millions already doing that? You know, those are the questions I want y'all to think about as well too. Brandon, this is what I was laughing about. Hey, you're on my TV, AJ. Is yelling, Mr. AJ is on TV, Daddy. LBJ Films, would you recommend running the live stream straight from the ATEM Extreme or running the live stream through OBS? It all depends. I did that at Signs and Wonders until a need made me want to separate the experience. So for us, we were streaming through the ATEM, which made it really simple for the media because all they had to do was press on air. I have it going to a perpetual Vimeo live stream that goes to our website, and then Vimeo rebroadcast to Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. So there's nothing that we necessarily have to do. Makes it really easy. But when you're streaming directly from the ATEM without a whole bunch of macros and a bunch of logistical stuff of turning this off, when the praise team was practicing, and sometimes they practice all the way up to 5 minutes before service starts, I can't run a countdown through the ATEM because everybody would hear that. So I brought in OBS to have another layer so that OBS is the doors that lets everybody else in that's in the world. But then when everybody's inside the sanctuary, they can still do whatever they want to. That's why I introduced it. For me, can I stream this directly through the ATEM right now, what I'm doing with y'all? Yes, I can. But then you wouldn't see stuff like this, anything like that. I would have to do everything through the ATEM. I couldn't play videos unless I'm bringing in my presentation software, which again, I could do. But again, it's out of necessity. So could you do it? Yes. Me, I added it because of the needs. I needed to have another layer to stop and send stuff here and have another door. That's why I did it. So it all depends, but we'll go over that and get y'all straight. I'm not coming down there. Brandon, careful if you are updated to iOS 16 though with X32 Mix, it will not run. That app is no longer supported, and you should probably move to M32 Mix, which is supposedly going to be updated at some point. Thank you, Brandon, for that. I think I had both of them, but I'll look into that. And also, I totally recommend Mixing Station, but there's a little more of a learning curve, and it costs a few bucks. I saw that. I might look into that. Thank you. Rhonda, cool, thanks. Yes, X32. I tried a couple of apps last weekend, but when I tried to enter the IP address info, there was a decimal point on the on-screen. I'm reinstalling, checking again. Okay, awesome. Shane and Hannah, I have a Canon camcorder. What is the best way to fix it on a wall? Well, similarly, it's a couple of things. Is it going to be like set up in a position where you can't control it or you don't need to control it anymore? Because, like, for example, I'm getting ready to get one of these. And this is just an arm mount, and I've used this before just for this Makos camera. We're putting a church specifically wants one just for a baptismal pool, just going to be locked there, and it's not going to move. You could use something like this, send power to it. Honestly, you could use the PTZ mount and could use the corded thread, have a screw go through the bottom, and it'll hold it the same way. Either one. That's what I would do for that. Let's see, where did we leave off at? Mike says, how many monitors are you at now? Let's see. All right, so if we pan over here, we got one, because you can see right there, That little screen right there, that's one. But if you're talking about computer monitors, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's where we're at. That small one is going to my own cast server, which was right here on the floor right there. That one right there. And you see Mjolnir right there too. D, is there a way to use presenter worship extreme stage display through the ATEM, or will the computer need a second video out to that designated monitor? Yes, you would need a designated out for that. I really wish that presenter would worship tools presenter would implement some type of licensing with NDI so that you would need that. But I mean, if you're using, let me rephrase that. You're going to need that anyway because the ATEM does support NDI and it ain't going to support it no time soon. Yeah, so you would need a dedicated second output from the computer going into the ATEM to utilize that. Or if you want a stage display, you can forego going to the ATEM completely and just go directly to the TV. That's what I do at our church. Like there's no, now at Antioch, I did that because they have projectors in the ceiling and there's no way for me to directly do that. But you could bypass it completely. Parker saying, love your battle station. So yes, I mean that's kind of the stuff that I got. So here, like I said, I'm gonna do a deep dive on this, and I think I'm zooming out on here. Yeah. So let me take this down. So again, this is a work in progress. So yes, I have a mess of cables. That right, and I can't go any lower because this camera's not upside down. That's another reason why I put my cameras upside down, because I can get more angles from that. So I'm limited to the base of that. But anyway, so I have that cable run right there that's hiding three fiber optic HDMI cables, as well as 3 Ethernet cables. That red cable is going to, well, one of them is my USB. The other one is going to my HD base T that goes, that when I need to plug in something else, a different device, that goes to the table over there. So there's the other end of that. There is another IP joystick that I have. That's the A-Video one I originally had. The one I'm using right now is a video that I need to do. AVCAN sent me the same type of joystick like that, but it actually has more. It's an updated version of the firmware, as well as it gives me more function buttons. So I'm gonna do a video of that. There is my studio camera. So that's the camera that I normally use when I'm doing unboxings or I'm using the table. There is my on-air light with a Casa smart plug plugged in right there. That's how I turn it on and off. That case over there is actually the case that Panasonic sent me for their controller on this video that I definitely need to work on. I was working on it, excuse me, and then I lost the footage, so I have to do it all over again. I have since moved my Sony, and I have another PTZ hanging when I do unboxings. That's what lets me control it. That's why I moved the joystick over here. And now I got 2 of them, which makes it good. I have my other mic over here, like the pod mic, like I'm using right now, that I can do that. That computer over there, well, that's my camera bag right there that's holding my EV10 Sony camera. That is my drone bag for my Mini 3. There's my rack that's holding a 24 port Pro Unify switch. There's the web presenter there in the middle. That's what's doing the streaming, the X32 down below. I have 2 power plugs. This one right here is for just me plugging in other stuff. So it's going to a fan right now. I have my direct box right there. So if I bring instruments in and stuff like that, I can use that, my keyboard and everything like that. Then we have the USB PTZ camera. I got that pretty little girl right there. Miss her a lot. Then we got the Mac Mini. We got my Unify voice over IP phone right there. We have the AVideo1 camera right there that you're looking at. Have my Elgato lights, my main system, and then hold on, let me pan over here. Well, you can't see it because of my other computer is right there. That's what y'all are looking at right now. And yes, I have cables all over the place. I want to put everything in conduit, and ultimately, when I have more space, I'm actually going to run all these cables in the wall. But this is not my house, so I can't do anything like that. There's the Blackmagic Studio camera that I use. That is on another Elgato arm that's actually here behind this monitor you can't see. This is a folding mobile monitor that I use that's connected to my streaming system. That's how I can see what's going on. And that's normally where I read y'all's comments at. A10 Mini Extreme right there. One of my security cameras, my laser printer, and I do have my original Blackmagic Cinema camera that you see right behind there. That used to be my top-down view, but since the Blackmagics don't have an autofocus, so that's why I started migrating to different stuff. There's one of my UPSs right there behind Mjolnir and my other streaming system, and I don't know if y'all be able to see it or not. There is my server rack in the back over there, where it's my UDM Pro, my access point, my PoE switch, and my other switch that's back there. That's my 10 gigabit switch back there, my two Synology NASs, and battery backup there at the back right there. That's my setup, and then there's some storage and some other green screens and all this other stuff. So, yay, there it was. So in total right now, I have 4 PTZs inside of here. One is hooked up directly to the Mac when I use stuff there, and mainly 3 of them right now here. Let's see. Let's go to number 1. Danny Reeves here. I have 2 PTZ cameras. How do I get them both to work in OBS? Well, what type and how are they connected? Are they connected directly to OBS? Are you using some type of capture device like an ATEM? How are you connecting them first? The easiest way is if you have 2 separate capture cards, but that's kind of a nightmare to do sometimes. The camera will go into the capture card and OBS will see them as 2 individual cameras. You could have them plugged into an ATEM like how I have mine, and OBS only sees 1, and I'm changing that like you see me doing this, and not that y'all want to be looking inside of the my closet. But in the ATEM, it will allow me to switch like this, and OBS is just going to see whatever you pick. Or if the cameras are NDI, you add them individually, and OBS sees them as 2 independent sources over your network. Those are the ways you could do that. Each one has their advantage and disadvantage, though. Let me see. Number 1, Mike. I use both in our setup, and he's talking about the Companion app and the Stream Deck, I believe. I use both in our setup because Companion has some plugins that are not available yet for Touch Portal. I still use Touch Portal in our auxiliary streams. Awesome. Otis, hello from Texas. Yeah, that's the other place I was supposed to go. Man, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. Y'all got it. Mike got it. Monty got it. And Brian got it. Yeah. Where in the... Bruce, a cool way to get better at geography. Yep. Roland, hello. Everyone from Zurich, Switzerland. Hey, man, thank you so much for stopping by. Happy New Year to you, too. Back to Michael D. We're saying XR12 runs on iPad. Can I use multi-track task and play hymns while mixing, or do I need 2 iPads? Also, we have 4 speakers, so setting their saved mic profile, will the XR12 be enough, or do I need? I mean, the number is mainly on how many inputs that you have. The functionality and stuff like that. Those will allow you to multitask, and do your mixing. But again, the number is mainly how many inputs. So based off of what you're trying to do, yes, that would work. Shane and Hannah, when do you think you'll be able to do a video on the own server? Running it solely, I'm not sure yet. I honestly, I've been working on it, and then just all this other stuff. Like I think my girlfriend's heat went out, so I was helping her trying to fix that stuff out, doing other stuff at a bunch of other places and stuff. I just haven't had enough time to sit down and work on that stuff. So a good problem to have. But what the main thing I need to do is get it hooked up to a dynamic DNS, so that way I don't have to open up firewalls. And then some other people asked me to test, is it going to pull more bandwidth when more people are watching? And that's what I'm going to hopefully test when I actually do that. So be on the lookout, Shane. I am still working on some of that. Big Keys Soul Mix. What is the best way to contact you? Email me at questions@ajhomes.com. That is the best way. And again, I will put that in the description. Since normally I would bring it up. Will it work? Please let it work. I might have to just kick it off manually now. It's amazing how when you get so used to something and then it stops working for you. All right, so here it goes. And it's still not working? Come on now. There it goes. All right. Yeah, questions@ajhomes.com. That's the easiest way to reach me. All right. All right, fade that out. Man, we got to get that done. The Chuck Taylor, what is going on, sir? Happy New Year to you as well, too. Otis, we have a new musician whom stated we need a CCLI license to pay royalties to any song we cover songs. What are your thoughts? That's not exactly true. It is, but it is not true. The CCLI does not cover every song. They only cover a certain amount of songs. And then even if you do that, even if you're doing it for a song that it is covered, you have clowns on Facebook and YouTube who play around with the system, and they won't honor any of that. So they'll still claim you even though you have rights. I've done that many a time. So is it good to have it? Yes, it is. Is it gonna? It's kind of hard to say. I mean, that's why I was talking about Ian Corzin, the internet lawyer, and asking him about some of that stuff. And it's there, but there's nothing that's in place to solidify it. There's so many holes that even if you did everything right, you could still get hit about some stuff. And not enough people are knowledgeable to where, like, sometimes it'll go and you'll get held accountable for stuff that it's really not legit. So, like right now, to my knowledge, I'll have to ask about this when we do our organization based on like that video that I was talking about a while ago that I did on media ministry organization. That's one of the things I'm going to bring to the forefront when I'm trying to draw in all this information that's been scattered and put it back under the wheelhouse of the media ministry is like, does Signs and Wonders, do we have a CCLI license and things like that? Because there's a multiple CCLI license. You can have one to just put lyrics on the screen, which I think is stupid. But then you have another one that is just to perform and use certain songs and rhythms and medleys and all this other stuff like that. It just makes me wish for simpler times. But yeah, unfortunately, yes, but I can't tell you 100% because I really don't know exactly what it is. Patrick, and I did get your email. I just been so busy, man. I will follow back up with you on that last one. Patrick, I actually sold him my ATEM SDI Extreme, and they were using, I think, I don't know why I'm getting ready to say a Teradek. It's not a Teradek, a TriCaster. That's what it was. I think you were using something like that, and he's having some issues with the quality, and we're just doing a comparison, so I need to follow back up with him with that. But have you done a video on color correction grading with the vector scopes and vMix and ATEM? No, I have not, because that is outside of my wheelhouse right now. That's another skill set that I know I need to learn. But no, I have not messed with that at all. The Chuck Taylor. So I send my worship stream presenter to stage displays via an Aura HDMI extender, and I go from my extender's HDMI out back into the ATEM, so anything going to displays can go to a stream. Yep. Yeah, just make sure there's no encryption that's being sent. So like when I hook my PlayStation up to this, I have to turn off. I forget. I'll remember here in a second. There's something I have to turn off so that you can play certain games, but it won't let you do YouTube, Netflix, or anything like that, because that's the encryption that stops you from just hooking this up and just recording it. There are ways around that, but I'm not going to tell you about that because I'm not going to be held accountable for that. Duva. Let's see here. I'm using Easy Worship and the ATEM Mini Pro. Whenever I start a live stream, the full screen and lower third both show up on the live stream. The HDMI out goes to the full screen. How can I fix that? He said, I need a sample of that. If you can put a link or email me with a link to that so I can actually see that. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Now, just let y'all know, my setup here, first off, this was over 5 years of development. First off, this was before I was doing YouTube and stuff like that. This was stuff that I got myself when I was learning how to do this stuff, and then started making videos. And then I decided to build a miniature media ministry with what I could afford. And then it's grown, thankfully, to this level that God has blessed me with. So the intention, and again, I'm just giving y'all insight for the business owners and stuff like that. My thought is going to be, when I get a house, is my office studio is going to be in the basement that has access. So the idea is going to be, hey, I'm talking with a ministry and they don't have the vision of, they can't see what's going to come over it. They can come to my house, my office, come through the basement, and they'll see a miniature media ministry set up to where they can actually touch and see everything. That's also the vision of the E-Missionary Conference when we have one in person, is to have, I mean, I'm just casting the vision, letting y'all know this is where all of this madness goes to. The mindset of the E-Missionary Conference, the big long-term vision of this, is to have a multi-continent based conference yearly, to where you can send your media ministry people, sign up for whatever type of course you want over 3 days and take that class. We also have, it will be a track called the Media Ministry, what's the word? Assembly line, to where if you don't have anything, we have pre-configured courses that you can do that can take you from you have nothing and get you up and running. And then to have so much influence that I can reach out to these sponsors and these companies and these vendors to bring equipment there. The best top of the line equipment, have connections with ISPs so they can get discounts for ministries, and they're there. And when they come in, we have like this one room that has all the sweetest equipment. And hey, we want to train people how to properly use cameras. So you can come in and the top of the line equipment is in there, and you can bring your team in there with experts to help guide you and train you on how to do it. But then we can have a praise team or a choir or somebody come in doing live music for the conference. But at the same time, they're in this room. So you actually have a live group to shoot video with, to train on. That's the vision of what we have it, to where we're bringing in this, doing massive giveaways to help out the community ministries as a large. That's my vision of the E-Missionary Conference, to be, this is a yearly thing, not just on the East Coast, but all 4 time zones in the United States. But then more importantly, grow to where this is somewhere in every continent and country, and grow. That's my long-term vision. I can't do that by myself. And it says, what, align yourself with something that's so big that God has to get involved. So just giving y'all some insight about me. LBJ Films, what type of lens do you use for your pocket cinema camera? This is a Sigma. Actually, I don't remember the name. Actually, it should be in my description here of my stuff. This is, I need to do an updated version of this, but it should have this lens here. And I don't know, Kit has been acting up sometimes. Like I'll click on the link and it won't do anything. So let me find the lens. And I need to I did update this. So yeah, this is this lens I'm using right now. This is the Sigma 16 millimeter 1.4 f-stop. Don't ask me what all that stuff means. I didn't know nothing about lenses, still don't. I would buy a different lens, put it up, it doesn't work for me, send it back, get another one. And that's what I did until I came across this. So, like I said, I don't know everything. I just be trying to figure it out. New beginnings. What mounting lights would you recommend? It's kind of hard without me seeing the space. And again, I mean, you can get these temporary ones that you want to put in place. Maybe you want to have ones that have DMX control. I mean, it's kind of hard for me to say just off the top with that. Lester wants to know, what do I think about this? I think it's good. I think it's real good. It has its limitations on its inputs, but it makes it simple because, you have everything there. You don't have to worry about a screen. You don't have to worry about this. You have Wi-Fi. You have Ethernet. You have a SIM card. You got all that stuff built in, and they've done a bunch of firmware updates that's added a ton of new features. So again, really looking at doing a deep dive and going through all the new stuff as well too. So I think it's good. I think I keep these as a good option for going portable. I'm gonna start using the in-stream a lot more because again, after doing this assessment with everything that we have at church, my pastor has a TikTok account. I'm trying to get the Instagram stuff so we can start leveraging all these other platforms and applicable content instead of me coming out of the media booth during service and holding my camera up on my phone, on my camera up sideways so I can get video and then post it. So we're going to avoid that. We want to streamline everything and have access to all of our accounts. Back to Michael. Disney World for electronic junkies. Thank you for your help today. Love the way you answer each comment. Most skip on live stream. No, I try to get everybody because I appreciate this. This is my mindset. Y'all could have spent y'all's time with anybody. For me, you want to see me be a jerk, waste my time. I can't stand that. And I realize the time is the one thing that we're never going to get back. So I want to invest my time in people that it will be used. So that's the reason why if you decided to invest your time and spend your precious time that you're never going to get back with me, the least I can do is answer your question. That's just me. So, again, that's why I always say I appreciate what y'all are doing. So, again, thank you, Monty. Everybody. Covenant Healing, that program is actually called Companion App. That's what... Let me see. Companion App. That is by BitFocus. So if we cut over here, that is this program right here. And I'll put a link there. And it does that bridge for that. So I will put a link here for you. And again, I don't have a video over that. I've been meaning to get to that, but like I said, we've had some good things going on that has make it kind of difficult to start reaching out to other people. That's why I said the other vision for me is bringing on a team. So it's more people. So it's not just me doing videos. We have other people leveraging. So that's a lot of stuff that we're working on. Lester was saying, is there a way to use a PTZ camera for mobile work? Yeah, but it all depends on the other, the infrastructure that you have in place. Like one of the things I wanted to do is, and I'm still planning on doing this. I wanted to do a whole mobile setup that is solar powered, so I can take this thing anywhere. Internet, power, everything completely solar. We're gonna get the Starlink. My mom's been using Starlink for almost a half a year, and she's happy with it. I know she's happy with it because I don't get calls saying that the internet's out. So I know it's working that way. But I want to do something like that. Sean, is the YouTube handle that would be displayed rather than, for example, my name when you pull up this comment? Is the YouTube handle? No, for me, I'm seeing your full name. So on my side, that's what I'm seeing. What's a good PA system for a cameraman and director? Are you talking about more for like a talk back for them to talk back and forth? Is that what you're asking? Brandon wants to know, how do we send questions to the website? What type of, maybe I'm missing something, Brandon. What type of question? You talking about just to my website or what? Steve, wow, I love your vision, AJ. I would love to go to one of those conferences. Hey, thank you. Hey, that's what we're working to put in place, man. That is what we're doing. Yes, I do. So let me see. Let me see if I can move this so you can actually see it. All right, so let's see. Can we? That's camera 2. So what we got? Yes, that is, and I'm too close to it. So yes, that is why. And actually, somebody has already stinking keyed me. I don't. First off, do you hate somebody's this type of car so bad that you would key somebody? But then, why would you key a stranger's car? I mean, it's on the passenger side. Somebody keyed the door for some stupid reason. But yeah. And then you can't see it, but that was the over there. That's when I put the new surge and all this other stuff. Ultimately, what I want to do is actually get a wall mount charger, but I'm not going to do that in a temporary house. Getting the outlet put in there was more than I really wanted to do, but hey, it's good though. So David was saying he used it as well. He said, companion is the truth. It allows me to use to control the ATEM using the stream deck. Awesome. Scott says something similar. Companion also has an emulator so you can test without the stream deck. Yep. A lot of people using that. I'm asking, is that what happened? Well, no, a bunch of people have had it, and I'm not seeing anything different. Like, I'm having mine, so how is mine showing up for you? Island Talk is like, yes, for a talkback. Well, it depends. Me personally, if it's just that, I would go with walkie-talkies first off. Like, I mean, there's no need to put in a lot of stuff into it. You can just get a walkie-talkie with a headset, just like you would get, and that would be the easiest thing to do first. That's just my personal opinion. Let's see. All right, so we're on page 1. Yeah, folks. I mean, it's a lot of stuff is popping off. Really excited about that. We got some new things we're going into the year about. Like I said, the vision. I don't want to be somebody that's just talking. Not just real talk. I'm gonna just tell you the same thing. I was telling. I ended up bumping into a guy. That my girlfriend knew, and she was telling me she told me that he said to him like, "Oh my God, you know AJ the CEO," and she was like, "Oh, he said that you really helped him with his church." And this is Malik Shaw. So Malik, if you're seeing this, yes, I'm talking about you. He was saying that he helped. He was telling her, "Oh, he's helped at my church," and she was like, "Well, AJ, oh, he said this. What church was that?" I was like, "I don't know." And it just got to the point where I'm just so thankful that I'm helping people that I've never met. And again, it's humbling because again, these are the moments I said I don't be Bible thumping, so I'm just telling y'all, me. To have so many people originally tell me that this was stupid, this wasn't going to work, this is not going to do this, it's so competitive, it's not going to be this. To have been so focused on just trying to help to where I was just being the best person I could be for the day, and then to be able to turn around and see just how much my day-to-day stuff is actually helping the body of Christ. There's no other feeling like that. And I'm not saying that to brag or nothing like that. I mean, I am honored to that, God woke me up and told me to do this. So that's why I'm so thankful for all of y'all taking y'all's time. And I would do everything as much as possible to help. And I would do everything as much as possible to help because I know I'm doing what I was called to do because I see that in reactions to y'all. The letters I get, the emails I get, the comments, the people just calling me and writing me just saying, hey, we're praying for you. Thank you for this, and you've helped this and that. I mean, it almost gets me emotional. I mean, it does. I'm just not going to be emotional right now, but I mean, it's humbling. And I say to that, and I said this comment before, and Jim Rohn said this, and this is my mindset, I think, for me in my ministry. Jim Rohn says, how tall does a tree grow? It grows as tall as it can. Humans are the only animal and the only creation that is willing to not grow to its full capacity. That's what I didn't want to do. I wanted to stretch as far as I go. And that's why I wanted to take this to the next level. Can I keep making videos? Yeah, I could. But I mean, I want to do something to where, real talk, I want it to be the talk of the Christian community. Like, I want it to be when we do this set of Guinness Book of World Records, I want other ministries to be like, dag, I should have got involved with that. We're not going to miss the next one. So say we do this one, we do the Q&A and we get 10 people involved. Then the next time we do it, we have 30 people involved. And I want it to be something that the body of Christ can forget denominations, forget your color, creed, whatever, your location, something that everybody can be involved with. Just like it says, I'm going to just tell the scripture. I ain't going to go into it. What did God say about when everybody became in one accord when they were doing something at the Tower of Babel? So anyway, hopefully that stalled to have some time as well for some people to talk. Steven wants to know, can you tell me what is NDI and the advantages of using this? Is NDI is a protocol of being able to send audio and video over an existing network. The advantages of it is that you don't need a direct connection or capture card. It can just be sent over the network. That's the advantage of it. And it does other things as well, too. Miriam wants to know, do you recommend buying through Tesla's website? Yes, that's where I bought mine through. I would say don't, at this point, if you buy something from a used car, they're actually jacking it up so much because they're like, hey, the advantage is we're going to mark it up because you can get it now compared to waiting. I reserved my Tesla a year ago, December of last year, and I got mine October of 28. So I would say yes. Glenn, amen. And you are not only an answer to problems, but an inspiration as well. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. I really do. Creative Elements. I set up the Rodecaster Pro 2 for audio and Live Pro 1 from FreeWorld for the video on OBS. Oh, sweet. Philip Paul, hey AJ, I got a cheap wireless in-ear monitoring transmitter and receiver. The transmitter for the audio input is stated as line in. What does that mean? Can I connect an aux out from this? Yes, that's just means it's just your line in is just like with the ATEM. It's not a mic in; it's a level. So you're just bringing in a line to where the volume is going to be controlled from the mixer. That's what that is. Chuck. Dude, if it weren't for your help and your channel, our church wouldn't have grown from few dozen people watching on YouTube over the months to over 15,000 every month. You're a blessing to us. Man, that's awesome, Chuck. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, how much more can we do? I mean, I all right, let me get on my soapbox here for a second. There is no reason that ministries are not taking more ground. There's no reason. COVID, the pandemic, the recession, the inflation, all this other stuff has gotten people scared. Rightfully so. And our ministries can offer comfort. But the mindset that I think is the problem is we got the answer. You got to come to us. Who wins in doing that? If we really know what our calling is, why cared? It's like, the laborers are few. The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. That's the reason why we haven't reached anybody. Why not amp it up? Again, I mean, like I don't go traveling and me. I do it because if little old 5'5", 44-year-old AJ can do this, all of this by himself, what can we do when all of us are in one accord? That's all I'm saying. Like I've always wanted to be more than somebody that sits behind a desk. I always wanted to be more than somebody that sits behind a piano or organ. That might not be everybody. That was me. I know I was called to be way more than just average or just do the bare minimums. So again, he says he can do exceedingly and abundantly above everything that you ask or think, meaning that the limitation is what we think. If I can believe, again, I'll just tell you, I believe to be, this isn't arrogant, this is just my call. I believe my mission and my desire is to be the #1 Christian tech YouTuber in the world. That's it. Not for me to just buy Lamborghinis and all this other stuff. My vision is to have enough income coming in to when I hear of a church being vandalized or something like that, I put a call out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or whatever, to actually have an impact on the body. How do we get more kids and how do we get more people involved for them to be excited about what's happening in our ministry? Like, I used to say this at my old church. Why would kids want to come here? Why would young adults want to come here? We ain't doing nothing. We just can't expect people to come and be excited about what we're doing if we just doing the same old crap that everybody else is doing. Wait a minute, y'all doing the same crap that I'm seeing here on the streets. Then there's no reason for me to come here if I'm doing the exact same thing. Why not do something that's exciting? That's why I'm coming up with the ideas of like, man, why not have a Christian cook-off? Why not have fun game shows and stuff like that, interactive stuff? Why? Because it's exciting and it gives a new twist to the same stuff that we do. That's just my thought. So anyway, I'm stalling. But anyway, Michael Johnson here. I know that you have made a lot of videos on the subject, but would you mind telling me why would you go the PTZ camera with what would be your go-to for a PTZ camera with tracking control, etc. combination? Personally, I would not use a tracking one. How I would use tracking in real talk, if I integrated into my setup, I would do a tracking one if I was doing more professional. I would do a tracking one if I was doing more professional sporting events and I was a one-man thing and it could track. I would put the tracker inside of the ball and have the camera track it that way. That's how I personally would use it. I would use a tracking if I know that I'm very limited on how many people that I'm using and I need something. I'm so busy that I need AI to control this camera because I just don't have enough to do it. Now, I've only used 2 of them. I've used AVCan's AI tracking and this Panasonic one here that y'all haven't seen a review yet. That has AI tracking in it as well, too. So I'm gonna be playing around with that as more. Sean, do you have any videos on the virtual audio cables? Yes, sir, I do. Yes, sir, I do. I'll look that up here in a second. And well, I mean, what aspect? I do have a bunch of them that talk about how to use it, like in sending audio to like your live stream to a conference call. So that's like this video that I put here. Virtual cables. I'll just put that in the chat. But we'll see from there. Mr. Clarence, AJ, what is your best experience with the fiber optic cable brand? I've been using D-Tech. I was using iBirdie, but I had a run-in with maybe like during 2 installs, they gave me some problems. I've moved over to D-Tech, and I have not had any issues with them. That's what I'm using in here for the camera. That camera, the overhead camera, all this other stuff that I have. And they work great. David says, on one accord, put that on a shirt. I guess I will do that. And again, I want to apologize as well, too. I don't know what is going on with Teespring. All of my shirts and the merch and stuff like that is not doing like it's supposed to. So if y'all were ever looking for merch and stuff like that, like the shirts and stuff like that, until I can get that stuff sorted out, everything is on my site right now. So and I'm looking at, they're limited. I have to make some more, but these are the ones, and I have way more sizes. So there it is, the CSAA ministry one that y'all were asking about, ministry disqualifiers. If you have any of these, you can't join it. But I'm looking at adding more here. So this is where the easiest way that you can get them. And then also way more sizes are available here, as well as colors. We go all the way up to 5X, but I will work on doing something like that. Gonna do a new design and everything like that as well too, and migrate a bunch of this stuff over as well too. Oh, and anybody who's looking at going with us on the e-missionary cruise, John Cook's wife is actually designing some shirts for that as well too. So be on the lookout for that. I will let y'all know when those are available, and I think that's going to be cool. Shane and Hannah, I would like my church to get into like have at home. Internet like you have at home. Yeah. I mean, that I love Fios. I mean, they have their own issues, but I mean, it's really rocking with my internet. So that's why it kind of bothered me why it was stuttering like that. I'm gonna probably just go through. I'm not excited about doing this, but I'm probably gonna disassemble everything here and do a video of me first cleaning everything and then plugging in everything and cleaning up my cables and everything like that, and do some management and things like that. um, let's see. Let's see. AJ, I don't know if it's the levels, the mic, or what. We cannot get the Leslie audio clear on the stream. Using the SM57 on the Leslie, we also have a condenser mic in the middle of the church to pick up the room. The Leslie sound goes in and out and not clear. Is the condenser mic affecting the sound? Now, it all depends. Now, what I've seen on this type of setup is if it's going out, make sure there's not a gate or a limiter set on your channel. So like, for example, a gate is unless a certain volume is hit, the mic won't be engaged. And that will make it seem like the mic is going out. That's how the people set up the organ at Antioch for that same thing. When we put the Leslie out in a closet, it set it to where it's like until it gets to a certain volume, the mics wouldn't even kick on. And then in reverse, you have a limiter that will stop it from getting too loud. Check that first, and then we'll see what we can do to help with that. But yeah, folks, really excited. I got my work cut out for me to try and fix all these issues that I'm trying to get my mouse over here that is going on. if I don't post anything else, folks, I hope y'all have a great new year, a safe new year. And the one thing I'm probably gonna post some videos. Hopefully, I can. I got to hang a TV this afternoon, and then do some other stuff. But please set a vision for what y'all are trying to do. God's doing a whole lot of stuff, and I think He's really allowing a lot of things to go forward. But my question is, and I hope y'all see this here by me sharing the vision of what I'm doing and the purpose and the direction that I'm going, clearly and easily be able to state what y'all's vision and ministry mission is and where y'all are going. You know, it's one thing to say, hey, I want a better quality video and live stream. That's cool. The tech is always, we can always improve on that stuff. But what's the purpose behind it all? You know, how many more people do you want to reach? What type of impact do you want to have in your community? What do you want to be known for, your ministry to be known for, that differentiates you from anybody else? Work on that. And again, it's all about all of us always being the student. There's always something else that you can learn. And again, that's why I set up the Facebook group so we can collaborate. And again, y'all, I haven't mentioned it in a long time, but the rules of that group, man, we don't care about your denomination unless you drinking snake blood. We're not interested in that. It's about helping the body of Christ move forward and sharing that. Hey, I might not be an audio engineer, but I know that Chuck Taylor knows way more than me. And it's a community where we're able to work and share and help each other. That's what it's all about. I'm going to do these last two, and then we're going to be up and out of here. Streets of Destiny wants to know, am I familiar with NDI Connect? And I want to connect the Mac to Windows computer. No, I'm not familiar with that. I have not messed with that, so I can't really speak on that one. And then last one, Rose Hill Bible Church. If you were going to buy a PTZ for less than $1,000, which would it be? Are there any good ones under $750? I know you have reviewed several. Just wondering which are your favorites at this point. I like this one that is looking at the garage. I forgot to move. That is the AVCAN's NDI one. That one works good, but again, it does not work on the search of your joystick, and that's by design. You would have to manually add it. Then there's also the A-Video one, which is right here. This one is around like $7.99, but there are discount codes that you can knock that one off. Then there is the SMT AV. That's the one that's looking at my desk. This one is a 12X, and it's actually only because I didn't need a big zoom for this one. This one is actually around like $450. But there's a bunch of them that you can get in that sub 750 range. I mean, even the Famaco is going to get you, almost all of them will get you in those range from those brands. And I don't have a Priscilla on me or any of those other ones here, but any of them will work. The ones that are in the sub 500, they work great, but just some of the features like the automatic search that will send in broadcast itself out so that you can connect to it, that's not available. If that's not a deal breaker for you, you can go with any of those, and those will work as well too. Brandon said the same thing. Leslie's are tricky. Typically have the mic, the speaker at the bottom and the horn at the top. That's how I have mine at Signs and Wonders. All right, folks. So like I said, thank you so much. I hope y'all have a great one. Be on the lookout again on the 13th is when we're going to have a 24-hour Q&A, and I need to gird myself up for that. That is going to start at noon. So instead of meeting at 10:30 like we do on on a Friday, this is actually going to start at noon, and we're going to be going in on it. I'm probably going to use OBS or Streamlabs so that I tie it into some type of donation so we can see what's going on. Again, that's going to help bless a ministry. I want to go into a ministry and say that this is from the e-missionary community, to where we randomly pick some ministry that's in that form of the giveaway. And then that's how we were able to do it. So actually for that image, for that giveaway, to do that, this is the link. And I will randomly pick 2 ministries who've registered at this to do that. And again, I know it's kind of, I'm going to try and, let me just type it out here because I thought I had it here. I'm going to put it in the chat so that y'all can see it easily. You only have to enter it once, but like I said, share that one, J. And I thought I made it shorter, and that didn't work. What did I type wrong? 3 UK 1 J 36. Wow, it says my link is not working. Joy. So we gotta go back and work on that. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find that, because I want to make sure that works for y'all. There's the link. I don't know why that. I don't know why that didn't work. But anyway, here's the link for giveaway. So if I put it in here again, just do it this way. Yeah, so all you got to do, so this one, the giveaway is 2,000, but for the Q&A, I'm actually going to do 2,500 for each one. And that's what we're going to do. So that includes the A10 Mini Extreme, a 20x PTZ camera, an IP joystick, and a PoE switch. That extra 500 we'll probably throw in cables and maybe a monitor or something for the multi-view, or maybe a 1 terabyte hard drive or something like that. But that's what the contributions toward the giveaway is going to do for that live stream. So be on the lookout for that. All the information, if you go, actually, I keep clicking away. So if we go back here to the channel, and if we go to the home, I wonder why it's not showing. It should show as a scheduled one. If it doesn't, it'll be listed under here of upcoming live streams, which is strange. I don't know why it's not showing. But anyway, it'll be there. So we'll be here on the 16th. Did I forget the day that fast? 13th, excuse me. We'll be on the 13th, starting at noon on that Friday, and we're going. So let me do this last one here because I'm seeing this comment here. Equip Institute says, AJ, been watching you for a long time. Wanted to share my church is doing 100% remote live streaming service on January 1st. You've helped by educating me. Thank you, and may God continue to bless you. Awesome. Thank you so much, folks. And again, like I don't have all the bells and whistles like I really want to shut down like I normally would, but I hope y'all have a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever y'all are. Have a safe, happy new year. If y'all are having service, I pray that y'all have everything work in decency and order compared to like how mine was working. So anyway, folks, we'll be catching y'all on the next video, and I'm gonna have this fixed because this is a pain. So we have y'all in the next video, folks. Later.